welcome to this space. I wanted to invite you to receive light language, and I wanted to explain because I have been having lots of questions about codes because we are going to have the light codes course starting the 28th, and I appreciate those questions because it helps me to develop the material. So I am adjusting the material with new content that is going to serve, I think, all of us, because I'm still learning. I'm still learning with codes, and what I wanted to what I wanted to explain today, sorry, I just got like a blank space. What I wanted to explain today, it is, someone asked me if it's safe to the codes, and I did a video in the morning explaining a little bit, so I want to explain further the way that I do understand. Look, source is all that it is, and then if you have any questions, please comment in the video and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Look, the way that I do understand it, source is all that it is, right? This is the oversoul. I think you guys cannot read this, but I'm gonna do my best to explain. So, the first split that source has, it is dark and light. Source realizes that has dark and light within, and it is a first split. After that, because source wanted to, this is the way that I do understand. Because, and if you have questions, please type them in and I will reply as soon as I can in the best way that I can understand. And if any of you know another definition that would like to correct or explain better in a better English, that's welcome too. So the way that I understand the first split, it is dark and light. Not even about gender yet. And source then wanted to identify himself, because if you are all that it is, you don't have no identity. You are like nothing and everything, and whole and empty. I hope that makes sense. So then split, and then the first question, it is, who am I and who are you, right? So it is when the higher self comes around. The higher self, it is the part of us that stay connected to source all the time for all the infinity 24/7. This is the way that I do understand it. It's like the boss, the supervisor, the manager of our whole experience, that is all at the same time. So, thank you. So, the higher self, it is who every time we transition, give them notes about our experience. Like, for example, I was a tree on Avalon and I did like it, but it rained so much. So next time, I don't want to be born on England because it's raining all the time. I prefer to go into a more dry weather. Let's say this is just an example. So our Akash, it was created, right? The Akash, it is the records of the soul. And at that moment, that source developed an identity, a personality, desires, things that it wanted to do. It became the soul. The spirit, in the other half, it is the life force connected to source. It doesn't define anything else outside divinity. This is the way that I do understand it. I had to learn all this for the higher self course. So, in order for the soul to experience different things, like for example, I want to be a tree, I want to be a dragon, I want to be a planet, I want to be sunlight, I want to be a human, I want to be an alien. We split in many different expressions of the same light. And this is when codes come. Codes are instructions and sacred geometry that represent patterns of the light, communication of the light, of all the experience that soul had acquired along all the incarnations since the first split. And the one who has the whole understanding, it is this guy, higher self, right? The rest has only a piece of the puzzle of what the whole experience it is. And this is the reason why. Let's say that this is like a body. Perhaps my ears do something, my eyes do something, my heart do something. But it will be overwhelming for the heart to have the whole information about every organ, every tissue, every hormone. So it is organized in segments, right? Those segments are dimensions. 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11, and beyond. This is the way that I understand. The only difference it is the capacity that the soul has to understand source. It's no better or worse, it's just different expression. So, I do think angels are higher than galactics. Some galactics have angelic presence, like the Arcturians, Lawrence sometimes, depends on the frequency. But the way that I understand, angels are the second split from source, like angels and demons, right? And then between angels and demons, they realize they have source within. We all have dark and light within because it's part of source. Let's say that angels decide only to vibrate in light and embrace the darkness within. And let's say that a lower frequency will vibrate in dark because it doesn't know how to connect to the light. I hope that makes sense. It's like the opposite in the duality, the reflection that we use in this. So codes are programs, memories, beliefs, feelings that the soul has created along the ride in every incarnation. So when you do light language, it's so powerful because we don't understand the majority of the time. But it doesn't be need to understand with the mind because the mind, it's right here. It's not capable of understanding this, but the heart does, because the heart is connected to the spirit and the divinity. So it feels good, even though we said, I don't know what Gretel is saying or whoever you guys are listening to, but it just feel it in my solar plexus, like a explosion of life. I feel like tingling in my third eye. Good thing about light language is we all receive what we need, because that frequency is high and then it's smart and it only activates or heals or balance what you need within your own technology. My body is my technology. Your body is your technology. Like, do you remember Neo from Matrix? Right? Kind of like the vessel who has the key codes for this life are rooted in this body. Without the body, we are pure divine light. No karma, no nothing. Directly from source. But the body helps us to have that illusion that something is wrong or something needs to be fixed or things like that. I hope you guys understand. Questions, please type them, and I'm gonna do a session later. And this is the material that I'm downloading for the light language course, but I wanted to share with you guys. So the oversoul, it's all the splits that my soul have. Each of us have our own unique oversoul, right? And each version will have a different reflection of the higher self. It's the same, but it is shown in different versions of it. Like the girl that had 1 year old, 5 year old, 15 years old, 20, and now that I am 41. It's the same Gretel, but I have evolved and I look different, I feel different, I behave different, because higher self represents what we need the most, because it's like the mother, father for all of these little bodies. Does that make sense? All of this Some aspects we all have our own unique illusion, but it's all happen at the same time. So we all have dark and light. And then someone asked me, Gretel, is it safe to do light language? Do I need to protect myself? I'm gonna explain why. No one outside of this alchemy can connect with you. No angel, no galactic, no shadow, no entity, no nothing. Because higher self is only the manager of these beings. We do have contracts, agreements with every soul. That's why galactic angels come down to help us to ascend. Because helping us, they help themselves. Everything it is rewritten. Let's say that I was not able to manifest the job of my dreams. And I have an abundance block, let's say. So probably because I have a block, I am going to be affecting the ones that vibrate at the same time. They all are going to manifest the same thing in different ways, right? But when I heal it, I alleviate the burden of all the ones that matches the same frequency. That's why when we are heartbroken, it feels horrible because we have 6, 7, or 8 lives. And sometimes we tend to say, I don't know why I volunteer with this. I don't know why I'm healing this. We are doing because those guys are us. And we want to clear a path and go higher, 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 higher. Does that make sense? It's not because we're forced to do it. We choose to do it because it helps us. But then, look, this is right here 3D. So 3D has dark and light, and we use both. And then we have 4D. And 4D you have galactics, angels, elementals, fairies, all kinds of things. It's a huge range of experience. From high 5D, you are already ascended, kind of like for us. And then in 5D, the way that I do understand it, it is like a constant emanation of love. So if you feel like for an hour you feel loved and lovable, and it was like a constant rainbow and marshmallows and unicorns, for that hour you match 5D or higher perhaps. And then we go back and down and back and down. So what happens when we do light language? When we do light language, I change. And I no longer, I change my technology because I'm gonna try to do it. Let's say that, let's say this is me. And then I add a code because I listen to some meditation. So this code is going to be right here or right here, depending on the allowance that I have. So I will change forever and ever and ever and ever. I change timeline because I add something new into my structure. Every time we meditate with angels or galactics or whoever you feel more attracted with, it's like a fusion. We become one for that 10 minutes or 15 minutes that we connect, maybe on dream state or maybe on meditation, and then we perceive the best energy and feeling and energy form that matches what I need. It's not that Pleiadians look like blonde and blue eyes. This is the archetype that it serves us to connect with Pleiadians, so they change form and adapt to a human form, so we do match alike and we can have neutrality so we can connect with them. That's why light language is so unique, because my Pleiadian soul aspect is going to meet me in the astral world every time I do Pleiadian. Every time I think of Pleiadian, I instantly create a cord of light to Pleiadians, and they're gonna send it instantly back, even before I know I am going to mention that word. I have seen this in the energy level. So the light language that they are going to send is going to be translated for my unconsciousness, and then I'm going to create the best version I am able to from whatever I was able to integrate for the consciousness. Does that make sense? So it's not pure Pleiadian because I'm human. And the more human I am, the more comfortable I am, the more Pleiadian I'm going to be able to integrate. Sometimes we think that in order to ascend, we need to be completely ungrounded and then the high vibes so we can connect more with galactics. And I have learned that the more human, the more grounded, the more comfortable I am, the more open I'm going to be to integrate, to understand the galaxy and beyond. Because I don't understand everything, of course not. I have more questions than answers like each of you. But light language for me was like a jumping pool that helped me to accelerate all this knowledge and all this experience and processes, because every course I do, I experience it along each of you. We are learning together, right? It's not that I am immune to learn. No, not at all. And I keep learning and learning. And then when you guys have any questions and I have sessions, sometimes I don't know that, but I'm gonna ask, and then I wait for what comes through. And this is why I created Encoded Frequency, because it is a space when I think I share my experience openly, because I'm transparent. Sometimes I have spellings I don't know how to mention, but it doesn't matter. It's about growing all together and holding each other's hands, because no one is going to ascend alone. We need each other, human and elemental and animal and plant, so we all ascend together. And helping others is not because, oh, I'm such a good human, I'm gonna help you because I know more than you. It's not about that. It's because that other human, it's other me. We're all one, guys. Right here, we are all one. So each of you are other me, and you and I am you. That's why galactics, angels, even entities come to teach us stuff, that I don't have to be afraid, that I can protect myself. So when you open to light language, you open to anything that is needed, so we all ascend together. Does that make sense? It's like, for example, a pack of wolves. The weakened ones and the old ones are going to be not in the back, they're going to be in front, and the stronger is go in the back, so they make sure no one is left. And then when animals hunt, they hunt the weak ones and the old ones, so they don't affect the cycle of life. If they kill little or young ones, probably that race is going to be extinguished. I hope that makes sense. So animals, even when they hunt, they have the harmony that is needed for all species to work as one. That's why animals know when a hurricane is gonna come, or when they have to migrate, or how chipmunks hide nuts so we have forests. They're all communicating because animals use instinct and feeling. They don't have the amazing mind we do have. That is our gift, but sometimes block us because it doesn't allow us to connect, and to connect easily. Just shut the mind and just stay right here. It doesn't always feel comfortable to stay right here, I know. sometimes we wanna avoid it. Like, I'm gonna watch Netflix. Don't talk to me. I can deal with this right now. I do understand. But when we are in the present moment, we have access to any of this because it's all at the same time happening. It's not that it's future or past. It doesn't exist. Not even past life. It's a term that we should use anymore because it's a parallel reality that has happened now. Those are terms that I think we need to upgrade because they don't have that use anymore. I'm gonna explain it right here. For example, thank you so much for the stars. Look, guys, this is my timeline. Every timeline change, every time I have something new and something old that it is gone. And actually, in fact, it changes every second, like snapshots of a movie. But because we do have attachment to our memory, we think it's the same time, like we have past and future. This is how we function in this reality. So, we have dark and we have light, right? My choice, it is to vibrate here or here. And in fact, we are like yo-yo going back and forth all the time. This is source, so it's all at the same time. And we do have three forms to express our source energy. We could be male, female, or other. Other, it could be both, or I don't know. I just channel that. But what God said it is, one moment that I am in the light, it's 1,000 moments more powerful than one in darkness. So, when I'm going here, we can heal these aspects and bring them into the light by being happy, joyful, positive, having fun, being relaxed. Or we can do the shadow work and then dive into here so we pull that up. Any way we choose to do, it's fine, right? But it's more powerful when we heal through the light because these guys get rewritten when we step into the light. I hope that makes sense. Yes. So this is the way that I do understand codes. Like right now, like the video I posted in the morning, I'm seeding knowledge into each of you, and then you guys will understand whatever is required. Even if you don't like what I'm saying, it's fine too because we have free will. It's no obligation. You guys don't have to agree with me. That's not the thing. Actually, when you heal someone, the other person doesn't have obligation to heal, and in fact you don't heal anyone. You just set a state for people to heal themselves by harmonizing the frequency so we all can elevate ourselves. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions about what codes are, how I can understand codes, how I can start doing codes, even if you don't feel drawn to the course with me, type it on the video so I can do more videos like this, and then we can all learn together and grow, because this is, I think, the mission about encoded frequency. Of course, each code is wrong. It's me too. I put myself on it because I blended my essence with you guys, and then all the things I do, it's part of my own process for my soul, and you guys co-create that space with me. But I'm gonna drink a little bit of tea. I'm not able to read any questions. I don't know why. It's so good. Another thing that I just recently learned. When your frequency is so high, so high, so high, you stop having hungry. So if you are in a stage where you are so hungry, it is because the body, it's draining energy so fast, so we feel the need to eat, so we get energy from food. Because I have been having stages that I eat a lot and I stop eating. It's a normal thing. It has to do with our own processes. High frequency is gonna feel hot, at least to me, and frequency that needs to be clear feels cold, like ghostings, entities, things that you feel like chills. Sometimes it's because we're healing something from another timeline. Like for example, when my dog died, I know you guys that I have a dog. It was a baby dog and I love him. I had him and he died, and I was grieving like if I lose a son, because another 7 lives, I actually lose kids, or I had miscarriage, whatever. But in this one, I was more prepared to support all the other 7 aspects of me, so we all together go into grief, whether in those timelines I was in the 1800s, in the 1000, that I was 40, 20, whatever, because it's all at the same time. So if any of you have a stage that you feel sad, angry, grief, be okay with it and embrace it, because you are healing many, many more aspects of you that maybe you don't have any idea. And that is like a beautiful service we do for ourselves. Because remember, the Akash is rereading all the time. It's not erased, but it is rereading. And I think for the end, if I'm able to read, I'm gonna try to see. I would like to do light language, like 5 minutes. Let me see. Please type, who do you want me to bring? Thank you. Let me see. What you guys would like to hear? Thank you so much for the stars. I appreciate. The ones that would like to be with me in the light language course, we're going to start at 28. I'm so excited. It's like my new baby. And then I'm going to wait, I think like 2 months to do a healing course. A bit like for practitioners. Let me see. Sometimes when I do in light language, it's silent, feel the energy come through. What it is called? That's an excellent question. It's just light language movement, or movement light language. I do believe, I think it's my cat. I do believe yoga, tai chi, qigong, it's a type of light language. Mudras for me are light language. Mantras is light language. Tongues is light language too. It just depends on how you label things, but we're not doing anything new, guys. Everything has been said before. We just are upgrading our own terms, and it's all one and the same. Let me see. Do you guys would like to hear any being in a special, or just whoever comes through? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the stars. Let me see. What should we be doing? I don't understand your question, Michelle. What should we be doing about what? Shaman? Okay, Andrea, let's go with that. You can barely hear me? I have maximum volume too. But, I was gonna say, my voice tends to be low when I channel. It's a normal thing. I start going more. Let me see if the headphones help. And if, is it better? No? Okay, I don't know if you guys can feel me, can hear me. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to go with the flow. Everything it is, maybe with headphones, anything you may feel. Okay, let's go with the flow. I move because I'm trying to adjust into the frequency. Just take a deep breath, relax. We're gonna ask each of your higher selves to be in charge. My higher self to put my consciousness aside so pure source can come true. Just what we need, not more, not less, in the best way and in the highest good for all of us together as a collective. Allow yourself to take a deep and cleansing breath in whatever way or form that feels comfortable. This time is going to do just light language. Kashka tekiara sahakoi teki ishka. Iyana tekia shusoho ki tehi sahakoi tekishka kiana. Pleiadian beings of light, we greet you. We ask for your permission to permeate your aura with codes of light to elevate your experience into whatever is needed for you to receive. We have gold, blue, and pink light. Kashkate kiara kuso koi kiana. Hianate ki ishka sa ku ki ishki ka ku ite kiana. We elevate our hands to stream most gentle and tender frequencies of love to support your own journey. Kishkate ki ara aso kuete ki ishka. Iana ha kuso kuete ki ishkiana. Niha ha ho ki ikieta. Hela ho ha ki ishka. Niha ha kode ikiasa. And it is done, it is done, it is done. We thank you for the connection today. Oh, that was good. It was short, but it was good. I feel like divine love, like more female energy to me. That was good. I feel like in heaven. This is the beautiful thing about light language. It's just, you don't need to do a lot. It just quickly elevates you into this blissful sensation. Thank you for being with me in this class. I hope you like it. Much appreciated your presence and your support. I'm going to put this in YouTube for the ones that would like to go back. Again, if you have any questions, tap them on the video and I'm going to get back to you as I can. Thank you so much. Many blessings. Oh, yes. The ones that would like to be with me in the membership on YouTube, you guys can join for $2.99. It gives you access library of exclusive videos. You have to log in for your computer, someone asked. And in the course, it has discount, I think it's $88.88. We're going to have a practice group and we're going to start at $28. You guys will receive the whole information by email, and whenever you have time in your own pacing and rhythm, you guys can go through the videos where I share classes I like this one. It has meditation, it has activation, and I do like different light language so you guys compare what resonates more with you. And I think I'm going to do a light language Q&A. I'm not sure when I'm going to post about it. And then for the equinox on June, I'm going to do a channel in Bringing Galactics for all of us. I didn't know, but I just said it, so be it. And thank you for the support, all of you. Much appreciated. See you in the next video.